sticks. It works. It's fast. And dries clear.
Hey, send a shout out to my mom's knitting group.
And to KFC, knitting for children or knitting for charities. Doesn't matter what it is, but we love Chuck's mom and her group. They've done some tremendous things. They've, what is it, like 16,000?
Hand-knitted items for challenged families and children throughout the Pasco County area in only 5 years.
Wow. It's pretty freaking cool.
5 years they pulled it off. And it's only like 20 of them. They started out as a group of 20. Nowadays I think they're like the 60s, 70s, and they range in ages from like 24 to like 94. All
right, so let me ask you something, because I'm kind of needy, and I have some pants that need to be hemmed up. Like, I wear the short...
What, did you get taller?
No, the short and fat store just does not exist. You can be tall and fat, but they do not have a short and fat store. And it's very hard finding...
It's Oompa-Loompas right over there in the mall.
No. It's very hard finding pants that are 40-20 in length. And if she could, like, hem up some of my...
How about the Leprechaun store?
All right. Here we go. You guys ready? Yeah. All right. Chuck, I called Chuck a couple of nights ago, and I was like, what are you doing this weekend? And he told me about a strange occasion that he had. And I didn't believe it at first, but then he laid down this audio. And, you know what? Without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and play it for you. Here we go.
I raised his 120-pound ass right up the face, and I sucked his cock. I sucked his cock. I sucked his cock. I sucked his cock. I raised his 120-pound ass right up to my face, and I sucked his cock. I sucked his cock. I raised his 120-pound ass right up to my face, and I sucked his cock. I sucked his cock. I sucked his cock.
What did you do?
I sucked his cock.
Oh, okay. Wait, what did
I raised his 120-pound ass right up to my face, and I sucked his cock. I sucked his cock.
All right.
I raised his 120-pound ass right up to my face.
How long does this loop go?
That doesn't matter. So, anyway, Chuck, thanks for stopping by. It was a pleasure.
Yeah. You know, everybody's going to be beeping on me on the way home.
Who was the 120-pound guy? Was it Trent?
A guy named Rain. He's big, black, muscular.
Ass right up to my face, and I sucked his cock. I sucked his cock. I sucked his cock.
What'd you do?
Sucked his cock.
Oh, okay, thanks. How much did he weigh?
120
pounds. I raised his 120-pound ass
bigger
right
than
up to my
Trent.
face, and I sucked his cock. I sucked his cock.
Yeah, that's sure to get us booted off.
Oh,
I
God.
raised his 120-pound ass right up to my face, and I sucked his cock. I sucked his cock.
Dude, when I put this together, I was laughing so hard.
Sucked his cock.
It was so loud in my house,
Raised
too.
his 120-pound ass right up to my face, and I sucked his cock. I sucked his cock.
Wait till your daughters get hold of your thumb drive, take this to like show and tell at school.
No.
Dude, I want to put that over the restaurant music, man. One day, just be like, if we could just have
You know what's sad is
music.
you guys would actually play that at my eulogy. He had a really good sense of humor, and he would appreciate this, I'm sure.
Yeah,
My ass.
we would do that.
I know you would.
All right.
That was great, Kevin, man. That was a
funny.
beautiful play on.
God, it's great to see everybody.
Kevin
Studio
Holly
looks
Show.
good. Everybody's in great voice. I just got to run. I got 3 minutes to get to the soup kitchen. If not, then I got to go back to that other behavior to get some soup. And we just went over that. So.
You just called it behavior? Awesome.
Uh-huh.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, say goodbye to Chuck. Homeless
Good
Chuck.
night. Good
He's
night.
going to find a
Wonderful.
place to stay. Excuse me. Love you, man.
Give me sweet stuff. All right, brother. Big round there.
Homeless
Love you,
Chuck has left the building.
Be good, buddy. Take care. Oh, Pops, touch me like you know me.
Touch him like you missed him. Oh, look at that. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, watch the taint. Watch
All right, Chucky.
And there goes Chuck out the back door. Bye, Chuck.
Bye.
See you later. Woo. All All right. What do we do now, dude? Our show is ruined. Chuck left.
I know.
Holy crap, man.
How will you ever recover?
Well, we've got 12 minutes left in this hour. You want to play the news bit from the ribs? The guy that saved the ribs?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Marty incident?
I do. I was saving that for the third hour, so we don't have to cut it short, you know? Yeah, we'll come back in 15 minutes and play it, okay? All right, once again, The Kevin Holly Show, facebook.com/The Kevin Holly Show. Send us a tweet. Let us know you're listening. I see people are listening live right now on Mixlr. You can go and chat us on Mixlr. That's mxlr.com/The Kevin Holly Show. You can see us on Twitter. Tweet us at Kevin Holly Show 4. That's the number 4. You can also Instagram us. Same thing, Kevin Holly Show. All that good stuff.
Or best of yet, why don't you call us live right now?
There you go. What's
at
the number?
727-815-5671. You too can be on the Kevin Holly Show.
Yeah, we'll take calls during the break. It's all good. We'll put you on live. Give us a call. All right. We love you. Kevin Holly Show will be right back after this break. Okay, here we go. All right, everybody's on. We're good? All right.
Guess so.
Okay, in the news today, there was an apartment fire in Fresno, California, where a man saved his wife, his child, and a huge slab of barbecue ribs.
Love me some ribs.
Who doesn't love ribs? I actually had one rib tonight, and it was delicious. Jay, thank you for the ribs. Rib. Hey, Jay, where were those ribs from anyway?
Oh, those ribs were from Hungry Harry's in the Land O'Lakes.
Wait a minute. Did you say Hunger Harry's?
Hungry Harry's.
Hungry Harry's. Okay. Hung Harry's? What?
Not to be confused with Hungry Howie's, but Hungry Harry's Barbecue Outpost has a beautiful catering.
Would you recommend for our listeners to go try them?
Oh my God, yes, absolutely. Best
Well,
ribs in the area.
I'm pretty sure that this gentleman here on the news would also enjoy those ribs because he seems to be a big ribs enthusiast. I don't know.
Let's hear what he has to say.
All right, let's check it out. Here's raw audio from, I don't know whose news covered this. I don't really care either. Yeah, it was.
Say, Mr. Kevin,
Yes, sir.
can I just interject that
No.
when our listeners go to Hungry Howie's, that they mention they heard about his place from the Kevin Holly Show?
I would appreciate that. Yeah, I like that idea. In fact, my
And that is Hungry Harry's, not Hungry Howie's, but Hungry Harry's Ribs
Hey, you know what?
in Land O'Lakes, Florida.
before we play this audio, I got to tell you both. I mentioned this to Jay last night on the phone, but Pops, I don't think you heard this story. I got home from work last night, and I was walking my dog, right? And I'm going down the sidewalk, and my cell phone rings. And I pull it out of my pocket, I look at it, and it's a 727-534 number, which is probably a cell phone, okay? And I answer it professionally because I don't know who it is. Could be somebody from my business, could be somebody from work, I don't know. So I answer the phone,
You're
this...
a wildly famous podcast show.
It could have been, yeah. I've actually started answering the phone, Kevin Holly Show, but no, seriously. I answered, this is Kevin, hello. And the gentleman on the other line, he says, yeah, do you guys have any 2 pizza specials tonight? And I said, oh, okay. You're obviously trying to call Hungry Howie's in, I believe it's Pinellas Park. Is that where you're calling from? And the kid says, yeah. Do you have any 2 pizza specials? And I said, listen, you're actually calling a private cell phone number. I've been getting phone calls for Hungry Howie's on my cell phone for the last decade because it's 1 digit off from the actual, order line for Hungry Howie's in Pinellas Park, Florida. And the kid says, oh, okay. Well, do you know if it's the second digit or the last digit that's off? And I said, I don't know, kid. Google it. It's seriously, I'm walking my dog. And he goes, oh, I just figured I'd ask. I mean, if you get so many calls. And I said, I'll tell you what. I can get you a pizza tonight. I'd be happy to get you a pizza tonight. I said, I'm probably going to dip my balls on it, but I'll get it over to you. Is that something you're into? And he goes, what? No. And I said, come on. You don't want some pizza with my balls dipped on it? Are you sure you're not into that? And he goes, no, dude. And I go, all right, just remember the Kevin Holly Show, bitch. And he goes, okay. And I hung up on him.
That's
classic.
great. That's outstanding.
I get those calls all the time.
Listen, man, this is what we need to do, though, with that. We need to get that number, and we need to put it out to our listeners and have them call Hungry Howie's.
Asking for the Kevin Holly Show.
Show.
I love that idea.
That would be
Yeah,
outstanding.
I think that's brilliant. I really do. Oh, excuse me. I'm I've always wanted to do that into this microphone because it's got a little jihad boob cover thing on it. I'll take a picture and post it on our Facebook page.
That should be an advertisement for Hungry Howie's right there.
It could be, yeah.
After I eat a nice piece of Hungry Howie's pizza,
What about after one rib? Well, I just had one rib, and that's the belch that came out. One rib.
well, then we're going to have to take
One
it back
rib
to-
or one rack of ribs?
That was one rib, Pops. One
one
rib.
rib.
Yep, that was delicious, by the way. All right, let's hear what this gentleman that saved
let's
his
do
ribs says. All right, he's basically, if you haven't seen the video on YouTube or the internet or Facebook or whatever, he's standing in front of the news camera, and he's holding up a pretty good-sized rack of ribs. They look like maybe baby back ribs. I don't know. They're charred. They're beautiful. They're delicious looking. And he's basically being asked what happened at the apartment fire, and he's telling them that he saved his family and his ribs. Who wouldn't go back into a burning building for ribs that look as beautiful as these do?
Well, Kevin, you know how big I am. I'd probably go for the ribs
Yeah.
first. And
You
then
see how
the
big this
family.
dude is.
I mean, all right, let's hear it.
All right, here we go. Red raw audio from the ribs saver guy. Here we go.
Man, this is Robert Wright, ROBERT, WRIGHT.
Tell me what happened wrong.
Oh man, it all went down, man. I stayed right next door, man, from the thing that happened, man, the barbecue, man. I was barbecuing, man. I seen some fire just come out the window, man. The window busted out, man. Only thing I think first, man, make sure them ribs is right. And I ran them and got my family, man. Brung everybody out safely, man. I carry everybody out myself, man. You know what I mean? And keep this PG, everybody myself, man. I did that. Feel me?
You got kids and older people out, or just kids?
Yeah, I got my kids first. First thing I got my kids, and I thought about my ribs. Like, I ain't gonna let my ribs burn and stuff, because I take pride in what I do, man. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was hungry, man. I was like, man, put them ribs on there, man. Some hot links and stuff, man. We got it going and stuff. But I looked over, man. The fire was bursting out, man. I was like, man, this is crazy, man. Real crazy, man. Let me get my kids about this situation, man. That's all I know. You feel me? And I'm from the Bay Area, man. You know I'm located in the Bay Area. You feel me? Out here now, but yeah, I'm from the Bay, man. They call me West Oakland, man, you know. But I'm going to keep things going, man. Keep going, you know. But it was frantic, man. It was real serious out there, man. It was real serious, man. But yeah, man, enjoy this barbecue, though, man. Have a good night, man. Hopefully they put us in the motel, man, you know what I mean? Because I ain't trying to come out the pockets. They owe me for that one, you feel me?
Did you
get
get
that.
injuries yourself?
Did I get any injuries?
Yeah, you get.
Oh, no, I ain't get no injuries and stuff except for all the smoke in my lungs and stuff. I already had smoke in my lungs, so I'm all right.
All right, Rob.
He already had smoke in his lungs, so he's aight.
That's outstanding, man. I tell you, I have so much I want to say about this right now. The first thing I'd like to say, folks, if you don't remember, we're coming to you from the Kid Halley Show, okay? It's KEVINHOLLYSHOW. It's the Kevin Halley Show. And they call me the West Coast Badass, dude. West Pasco Badass. I'm just telling you that right now. But this is outstanding. This is really good, man.
You feel me? Who wouldn't get those ribs? Those ribs look so good that you'd be a fool not to go back into a burning building to get.
Listen, I would fight a zombie for some good ribs, all right? I'd be like, all right, there's 30 zombies over there, and you can have your choice. There's gasoline and ammunition over there. I'd be like, dude, let's take them zombies out and get some ribs. That's good,
Yeah.
you know, that's good stuff right there, man.
I agree, man. I think that I'm wondering. Like, I have one question. You know, were the ribs on the grill, on the balcony? Were they in the oven, or did the apartment fire actually cook the ribs? You know,
Or did the ribs, cooking the ribs, did that start the fire?
what did he say?
I don't know,
Okay,
but hey, let's say rib dinners matter, dude.
Rib
I
dinners
mean,
matter.
We have to say rib
dinners
right?
matter for
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this guy should be
Well,
guarded as a national hero.
fellas, I just had a thought, and I'm thinking about this as Jesse Jackson would. You know, Reverend Jesse Jackson.
I've heard of him before. Not
If he would have heard this story, you know what he would have said? He says, now that's a good father. He took his wife and kids out before he got to ribs.
That's because the ribs weren't done yet. You know, they were still cooking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He
He was smoking the ribs.
I'll
He-
guarantee you, he turned the
Naturally,
ribs over.
he's not
before.
only a good father, he's a good rib cooker too.
He turned the ribs over, got
He
his
walked
kids.
in, he turned the ribs over, got his kids, ran them out, come back to the house.
It's like,
and
ding!
yeah, exactly.
Well,
decision. I mean, his decision making, he should be a quarterback.
Jesse